What's up, everybody? It's your boy Genius with G Squared Tactical out at the range today with the Springfield XD Mod 3. Now, if you're new to the channel, you probably don't know that I've never really liked Springfield polymer frame pistols in the past. I have liked, or do like actually, just done a 1,000 round follow-up on the Echelon. I did like the Echelon, but as far as these, the XD, XDS, XDM, they just wasn't my cup of tea. I just didn't like them, didn't like how they felt in the hand. I had a bad habit of hitting the slide lock. Again, my fault. But again, some guns just don't work for some people. Functionally, I never had any issues with them. Decently accurate. Wasn't the most accurate in my hands, but again, that's just me. It's not you. Doesn't mean they're not great for you, because I know that the SA trolls are for real. But I picked this up. Now, I said I was going to stop going out buying all the new releases because it was getting to the point that I could not afford to continue to keep doing that. But I was intrigued by this because of the price tag. I was out the door for this, out the door, tax and everything, cash money out the door for $300. So for $300, you get front. So let's talk about that a little bit. You get front, very functional serrations. Of course, you get rear serrations. You do get ambidextrous mag release, and the slide lock is just on the left side of the gun. It is optic ready. Still has the loaded chamber indicator up there, which I absolutely hate. Don't know why they're still doing that on optic ready guns. Just seems like a breakage point for me, but whatever. It has the red fiber optic front sight, which does pick up really nicely. So I do like the sights actually. So kudos for that. I do like the sights. I do not, never have, it's not just this one, I do not like the grip safety. It just doesn't make sense to me. There's a reason why some of your higher end 2011 makers stopped putting them on there. They don't work for everyone. It just literally doesn't make sense to me. But either way, doesn't matter. If you like it, wonderful. Either way, I'm not going to harp on it. Just not a fan of it. Did only come with one 16 round magazine. Does have a 3-slot light rail up here for your light, laser, whatever. Good capacity. Does feel decent in the hand. Nice texturing. Does not have replaceable back straps on here. Again, it is optic ready. It did not come with any plates. I do believe you would have to order a plate to mount it up here. I just got this, so I'm really not sure. I do not think that it will flush mount anything, but it is feature rich for a $300 gun. So for that, get a $20 mag, 325 bucks. You have a very feature rich. Now, some of your lower end budget friendly models, you don't get, a light rail. You don't get a fiber optic front sight. You do not get a ambi mag release, and you don't get a nice set of sights in general, and a lot of times they're not optic ready. So in a world that we live in where people are struggling, I do appreciate what they have done here. It's serrated on the front of the trigger guard. Let's see, the trigger guard is a good size. I mean, it could be a little bigger, but whatever, it's a decent size. On the trigger, a lot of take up, of course, which is pretty typical of the brand or of this setup, this design, if you will. It is a super rolling brake. It's a long reset, but it is audible and you can feel it. So whatever, you could train around it. It's not a big deal. It's like most of the other triggers on the Springfield polymers that I have had, the XD, XDM, XDE, which is a hammer fired. So the trigger's a little bit different on the XDE, but either way, it's not a whole lot different, but they giving it to you for $300. So if you're balling on a budget and need to defend yourself or your family, there you go. You will get to see the very first shots. I have not pulled the trigger on this gun other than dry firing it. So you get to see the very first shots. then I'll try my best to put 100 rounds through it, but it's going to be tough until I can get me another magazine, at which time I'll return and do more, I promise. Standing at, probably should have moved up a little bit, but I'm standing here at, 13 yards, I believe it was, is what I measured. You know what? That actually wasn't that bad. That was actually pretty fun to shoot. And that front sight was very, very easy to pick up. I don't know that I've ever shot that accurately with, maybe I'm just a better shot now because I haven't had a Springfield XD set up in quite some time other than the 10mm, which was a beast. But I don't recall shooting that well, especially at this distance with a XD. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna load this up, try to shoot maybe 100 rounds or so. I'll let you see that, of course, and then we'll wrap up the video. And I promise you, as soon as I can get a couple more mags, I'll put more rounds through. I couldn't find one at the store I bought the gun at yesterday, and so I'm going to go right after this and see if I can find a couple, and if so, I can come out and do a review where I can run a few more rounds through it, John Wick a mag or two. You know, I know you guys love that. But anyway, first magazine, and no, I did not clean it. I literally took it out of the box today. I went and picked it up late last night, like 8:30. Put it in the back of the Jeep, locked it up, came out to the range today, pulled it out of the box, pulled the trigger, racked the slide a few times, looked it over. I have not done any research on it. Let's see. That looks like a metal guide rod, so it's not plastic. So, I mean, I'm just telling you, it is feature rich for a $300 gun, and I'm actually looking forward to shooting the thing a little bit more. That was pretty dang accurate for just a set of iron sights. Either way, let's get to shooting it. So I was 3 rounds short of 150. Again, like I said, looks like three rounds short of 150. Like I said, running back and forth, loading this thing up sucked pretty bad. I had a ton of fun shooting this, and I am shocked by that. Literally shocked by that. That grip safety got me. I can't stand that grip safety. I don't know why it's there. If there's a way to pin that, I don't know. But on another Springfield XD that I had, I was having so much trouble with it that I just wrapped electrical tape around it. That's the way that I fixed that. But I don't know if there can be a pin put in there or not. I'm not going to let it ruin my day. I enjoyed this a ton out at the range today. Shocked is all I can say. Is I'm shocked by the performance of a $300 gun. People would want to compare this to the 2.0 SD9 VE or SD40 VE. I'm going to give this all day. If you're going to go buy the Smith & Wesson, totally get this instead. Way more features, functional, and just absolutely shoots better. An absolute dream to shoot. So far, I love it. I promise you I will get some more magazines and do a more in-depth review. Either way, had a ton of fun out here at the range today. Make sure you know Jesus Christ is your Savior. You know that's the most important thing, most important decision you can ever make in your entire life. Also, please consider going over, checking me out on Patreon, and supporting me with $5 a month. I'll get some bigger tiers over there eventually once I can afford to create content that's exclusive to Patreon. But $5 a month, you can cancel anytime. Hit the link in the right-hand corner of the screen and take you right over to my page. You can join up, $5 a month. Every little bit helps. Go over, check out G Squared Tactical. Be sure to subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and as always, to God be the glory.